Well, here we are. Another day, another topic. And the question I'm going to ask today is, do you realize that you may be dying a miserable death and not even know it? This is what came to me today is what is the greatest plague? What is the greatest thing that's affecting society today? And what's coming to me, and I'm going to explore that today in this conversation we're having and also in my gatherings later today, is that I believe it's indifference. I truly believe that we become indifferent to all the things in life. We've lost our sensitivity for each other. We've lost our sensitivity for humankind. And we become so numb that we become indifferent to everything and we just stay in our little bubbles and we don't do anything. We're not being creative anymore. We're not finding the juice in life. And we have an indifference about money. We have an indifference about relationships. We have an indifference about health. Think about that. If you really look at everything, we have become so indifferent to things, it just blows my mind. And let me just start down a path here. I mean, I'm on fire today. You could tell I'm on fire today because I'm really getting it. I think this indifference thing is, and I don't know how to wake people up, let alone keep myself awake. But think about this. Indifference. If you truly knew that you control your health, which you do, why aren't you doing anything about it? Because you're indifferent. If you truly knew you could be wealthy and you're doing nothing about it, are you indifferent? If you truly knew you could be in a loving relationship and you're doing nothing about it, are you indifferent? Do you live every day bored out of your mind doing the same thing over and over again? Because if you do, you're indifferent. Do you sit home? Like, for example, you could do something. There's a group you want to be with, a meditation group, a spiritual group, an activity group. And you know that if you went there, you would feel better, but you don't go. You're indifferent. The question is, do you even realize how indifferent you are? Because here's a key thing I'm going to tell you right now is you can't get anyone else to wake up until you wake up. And you can't really get anyone else to wake up. But you've got to wake up and you've got to say, hey, I can't worry about anyone else. I got to keep myself awake. Do you even have dreams anymore? Or have they been pushed under the carpet between the mattresses? Yeah. Without dreams, we become totally indifferent. Many people are withdrawing from this world and going into a virtual world with virtual games and stuff. Why? They can't deal with this life. So they go to a game. They go to a game to maybe find their meaning. And yet, as the title of my book says, the power is in you. But we become indifferent that we have all this power and we won't use that power to create our own lives. A great life, a fantastic life. I don't know where you are on this topic. I'm just beginning to explore it. I look at it from a minister's perspective. And I question, because of COVID, why have so many people, why are they not showing up for what Agape offers? I have a tremendous number of people that come online from not local, and yet the local community is not showing up. And I know maybe they don't like it anymore. Maybe it's not serving them. But the more I think about it, I think it's because they become indifferent. And when you become indifferent, you don't see value in things. If you don't see value in things, you won't take a step forward. Isn't that amazing? You won't take a step forward because you become so numb. Pink Floyd said it so clearly. We become comfortably numb. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. It's no longer comfortably numb. It's uncomfortably. Maybe that's what they said. Oops, maybe I forgot the lyrics of the song. Where do you have juice in your life that you can't wait to get to every day? Do you have anything? Who do you have in your life that is causing you to want to become more, to grow, to stimulate, to inspire you? Not to motivate you, because motivation means you're trying to get someone to do something they don't want to do. Inspiration means you're trying to let them see that their greatness can come out. There are many, 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 many people that stay in bad relationships because they're numb. There are many, 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 many people that stay in jobs because they're numb. There are many, many people that stay in an unhealthy body because they're numb. What's fascinating to me, in COVID, they say that there's a COVID-19, which means people during COVID have gained a lot of weight. Why? Because they're numb. Because if you weren't numb, you would be focusing on a healthy body, doing things to keep yourself healthy. If I'm pushing a button, well, I'm pushing a button. I don't really care. In COVID, I've done more to maintain my health than ever. Vitamins that I take, exercise that I do, meditation that I do, putting my focus on things. I'm sorry to hear that, Peter, that your community doesn't accept you as you are. That's obviously a community not centered in love. Because I'll tell you what, love accepts. Love accepts. That's why I think I'm going to dedicate my agape gatherings that I do today. I do one at 1:30 Central Time and one at 6:30 Central Time today. The people who come on, I'm going to explore indifference. I think this is the great pandemic that's affecting the entire world. Think about what's going on. Restrictions, governments taking over bank accounts, invoking powers to take people's rights to protest away, war happening in Ukraine and other places around the world. And we're indifferent to all of it. I just look because we're voting in the primaries here coming up right now. And so I started looking at what these candidates stand for. And they all stand for the same thing, and it's all BS. I didn't see one candidate, and I don't see, my other meetings are online, McBride. All you got to do is go to agapespiritualcenter.com, click on the calendar, and the links for Zoom are there. The links for Zoom. Nerdos says, what's your take on the Bible or religion? They have a place for people who vibrate with them. I think there's good things in the Bible, but do I think the Bible's the truth? No. Do I think the Bible has got a lot of dogma in it? Yes. Do I believe in dogma? No. Do I believe in religion that has dogma? There's good that people get from it, but it's not for me. I don't believe in dogma. All I teach is one thing. You have to have one belief in order to follow what I teach. That is, you have to believe that there is an infinite. If you believe there is an infinite, everything I say logically flows. everything I say logically flows, which means you're a part of that infinite, and the power of the infinite's within you. So stop looking outside yourself for your wisdom, for your power. It's right there where you are. We're at a crucial time, and it's time we wake up. Man, when I was looking at the candidates, I looked at the Democratic candidates for governor in Texas. I looked at the Republican candidates for governor in Texas. Not one of them has an idea that's of value to me. The freedom of individual choice. That's number one. Second, get the lobbyists out of politics. Get corporate money out of politics. Number three, term limits. These people make a career out of something that was never meant to be a career. But the American people won't stand up to them. They keep voting for the same idiots. You notice I'm in judgment there. When I say an idiot, I don't mean they're stupid. I mean they're just not voting the way I think they should. Isn't that what we call an idiot? Someone who's not voting for the way we think we should? And if you notice, I'm not one party or the other. I am an independent. I am an independent. I believe in doing what's best for the masses. Because there are people who are really got their stuff together, but there are people that don't. Peter says, God is greater than the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Holy crap. Think about this, Peter. God is infinite. To call it the Father, you've limited it. Call it the Son, you've limited it. To call it the Holy Ghost, you've limited it. Anything you name the infinite, you've limited it. Because it's a seen, the unseen, the known, the unknown, and it's the unknowable. We settle too much. And we settle, it's because we're indifferent. Not only do we settle, we won't even make a choice because we're indifferent. We can see something right in front of us that will lift us and we'll be so indifferent. Well, what the hell? Why should I? That requires me to do work. Well, yeah, to create, it requires you to do something. This is the thing we don't get. You have to think the thoughts, vision the vision, feel the vision, speak the vision, and act on the vision. If you don't act, nothing happens because belief or thoughts, words, actions, and feelings align toward a specific result held persistently and consistently, consciously and unconsciously. You got to do it all to create a new life. But if you're not doing it all to create a new life, you're going to stay right where you are, and you're going to be one of the indifferent people. Well, I got myself all lathered up today, didn't I? And I loved every second of it because I'm exploring something. I've got something going on in my head, and I want to explore it with you. So share this message on Facebook, like this message on Facebook or YouTube, write comments on YouTube. Also, join me today at either 1:30 or 7 for our Agape gathering. You can get the link at agapespiritualcenter.com. Go on the calendar. The Zoom links are there. I also posted it on all three of my Facebook pages. Lee Wolak, Rev Lee Wolak, Agape Spiritual Center. You guys have the best day ever, or not. If you're indifferent, you'll have or not. If you're conscious, you'll create it. Until next time, love you.